Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy HeroCore. Trying to make a tutorial for you guys because I was doing a speed art the other day, which was a typography type of speed art, and like this right here, which is made of pretty much font size letters, although they're too tiny that you cannot read them, and you want them tiny so you can see exactly what is going on. Because if you make them too big, you won't be able to see, you won't be able to tell it's a person, it's a face, it's a microphone. So the font, you cannot read it unless you maximize it, and then maybe you can kind of read it there a little bit. But I tried to do this tutorial before. It seriously takes me about 20 minutes, and I was trying to do a fast one, and I couldn't actually explain it to you carefully. I couldn't tell you why, because this is what makes a difference between the average graphic designers that make tutorial and teach you guys and me. I will tell you specifically, exactly, and slowly what you have to do, and I'll explain why you're doing it, what exactly it's gonna do, and why, which is the base question. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Do I have to apply this filter? What does this filter do? How is this gonna, and all that shit. So let's jump right into it. It's gonna be a big ass long tutorial. I might either make it in parts, breaking down to part 1, part 2, part 3, or just make a whole thing. And if you really want to learn, you actually gonna watch it all. So we'll see. We're gonna make a. There's no need to make a canvas size because we're gonna be playing with our own stock. Now, what a stock is a background or an image. We graphic designers do not say, "Hey, I got an image" or "I got a background." We say we got a stock because we use background as the background of the canvas. We don't say I got this new background because you will be like, what the fuck is going on? Anyways, guys, we're gonna pick our stock. Now make sure you stock, you go to file, open, and you pick your stock. Now make sure your stock has white background, and for better looking results. Because the other day I was doing the speed art with this stock right there, and it has black background, and you really couldn't appreciate the hair of Hayley Williams, which was kind of annoying, and still a good outcome. But let's go ahead and do one like this with a white background. So I'm gonna be using this stock. Get your own stock, it's better if you practice. So what we're gonna be doing is that we got a background, and you always notice that this background is locked. By the way, this is gonna be a beginner tutorial, although we're doing advanced, pretty intermediate stuff. But you beginners are gonna learn how to do this because I'm gonna explain you every single step, and that's what I do. So we got a background and it is locked. So what we're gonna do is that we are gonna convert to a smart object. Now, by converting to a smart object, it actually let the layer um, change and configure the filters that we're gonna add. And if we don't convert it to a smart object, we cannot change those filters once we apply them, and we'll talk about that later. So right click on it and click where it says convert to smart object. Now there you go, and we're gonna rasterize it. By rasterizing a layer, it means that we can edit this layer, we can add effects to this layer. So what we're gonna do ahead, guys, is pretty much I'll tell you what an image is based or composed of. Now, when we take a look at the image, we have three things that make an image. We have midtones, we have highlights, and we have shadows. So what we're going to be doing today is that we're going to be playing with shadow and midtones in order to do our typography effect. So we're going to actually make sure you click on your background layer, which we're going to call it, even though we call it our stock layer, our image, our main original image, and which in this case is layer 0, and we're gonna go to select color range. And what we're gonna be doing is that this tools color range, it selects the color that we actually want. So we're gonna be picking the shadows. What this does, once we hit OK, automatically Photoshop, this software, picks all the shadows of this image. So what we're gonna do is pressing Control C as in cunt or cowboy, or I don't know, C as in cunt, whatever, you understand, Control C, and it actually that's for copy, and we press Control J to paste it on a new layer. So if we see here, we have layer 1, the eyeballs right here, meaning we can hide the layers or unhide the layers. So we're gonna hide this layer 0, so you can see that we actually have this layer with only the shadows. We actually copy the shadows of this main layer. So what we're gonna do is click on layer 0 again, our legit layer, our legit image, and we're gonna go to select again and color range, and instead of picking the shadows, we're gonna pick the midtones again. Photoshop, the software, automatically picks out the midtones of this image, so we're gonna hit Ctrl C again and Ctrl J, and meaning we create a new layer with only the midtones. So if we hide this and we hide this, we only have the midtones, and we unhide this, we have the midtones and the shadows. So we're gonna be playing with these two. So click on the midtones, which it should be layer 2, go to edit and fill. Now this option, it let us fill our image or fill our layer. So we're gonna, since our layer here it's only about midtones, what we're gonna do is fill the midtones with a content. We're gonna be using a 50% gray content. So what it does is that it's gonna make the midtones 50% gray, and it should be looking like this. Now I know it looks ugly, but we'll fix it soon. So we're gonna go back to our shadows, which is layer 1, and do the same thing, edit, fill, but instead of picking 50% gray, we're gonna pick black, so it will be, so the whole image, it will be like a black and gray looking kind of image. We hit OK, and there you go, we got it black and gray. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna merge these two layers, so when we edit these layers, it's only one layer. So we're gonna click on the other one to highlight both of them, right click and merge layers, and it just becomes one layer. So this save space is more organized, and we actually can edit these two at once. Now having these, let me see what my time is. It's 7 minutes. I know it took a long time, guys, and we're not even close yet. So I'm just gonna finish here and keep with my tutorial later on. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go to File, Save As, and we're gonna save it as a PSD Photoshop file or Photoshop document, and name it whatever. I'm gonna call it typo tutorial, and I'm gonna save it here on my pictures, on my folder images. So whenever I open this file, it will show up this exactly, and we can edit it, which is awesome. So I'll see you guys later. See you in the next tutorial. I'm out this motherfucking game. Peace.